time, I would like to call to order this regular meeting of the New York State Public Authorities Control Board. I would like to start by asking the members or their designated representatives to identify themselves for the record. I would also like to acknowledge that we have Senator Borrello with us today. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
I am Darby Grassi, and I am the designated representative of the chair, Elizabeth Fine.
Chrysanthi Chalakis, representing Senator Leroy Comrie.
Philip Fields, representing Assemblyman Kenneth Zabrowski.
And Isabella Underwood, representing Assemblyman Joe Gilia.
Senator George Will in person.
All right. Welcome. All right. The first item of business on our agenda is the approval of minutes from the board's March 17th meeting. Draft copies of the minutes were previously distributed to the members and staffs. Are there any suggested edits, amendments, or corrections to these minutes? If there are no amendments, I would like to ask for a motion to adopt the minutes.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor of passing?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The minutes are adopted. Okay. Before we consider the action items on today's agenda, I would like to note that pursuant to Section 51-2 of the Public Authorities Law, applications in support of the items on today's agenda were previously provided to the Office of the State Comptroller for review and consideration. OSC has provided a letter to the board summarizing the comptroller's comments on today's agenda, and a copy of that letter has been provided to each member. As well, we have a member of OSC with us today. Welcome. Now we move into the action items for today's agenda. The first action item on today's agenda comes from Empire State Development Corporation. It is Resolution 23-UD-1996. It's approving grants via the Regional Economic Development Councils. We have a representative from ESD with us today. I would ask you to identify yourselves and present the item.
Thank you. Brad Austin from ESD. The Urban Development Corporation is submitting for your approval the following REDC grants. $100,000 to Thicket Inc., Capital in Ulster County, $500,000 to the town of Oneonta Southside Water, Project Capital in Otsego County, $100,000 to Family Services Capital in Dutchess County, $46,000 to Nathan Littauer Hospital, Caroga Primary Care Clinic Capital in Fulton County, $1,375,000 to Howland Hook Marine Terminal Capital in Richmond County, and $275,000 to Long Island University Nursing Skills Lab Expansion Capital in Nassau County. All of these items have been approved by the UDC in compliance with all applicable rules and regulations.
Thank you. Do the members have any questions with respect to this item? If there are no questions, I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
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 Aye. The resolution is adopted. The next item we have is 23-UD-1997, and this is approving a grant via the Downtown Revitalization Initiative.
Yeah, thank you. The Urban Development Corporation is submitting for your approval the following DRI grant. It's for $1,650,000 to the Greater Jamaica Development Corporation Capital in Queens County. This item has previously been approved by the UDC and is compliant with all applicable rules and regulations.
Thank you. Do the members have any questions with respect to this item? If there are no questions,
Sorry, can I just ask a dumb question? Just curious, since this is the Public Authorities Control Board, this authority, is that through?
Oh, Empire State Development.
Right, so
Yep.
this is particularly all Empire State Development, and so the projects are not necessarily authority related, just is that?
Correct. Yeah, the projects that we funded, through capital projects that we
Okay.
funded.
Thank you.
if there are no further
That's good,
questions?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The resolution is adopted. Next, we have 23-UD-1998, and is approving grants via the Upstate Revitalization Initiative.
All right, thank you. The Urban Development Corporation is submitting for your approval the following URI grants. The first is $16,636,929 to Tech Garden Capital in Onondaga County, and $1 million to the City of Ithaca Fire Station Capital in Tompkins County. Both of these items have been approved by the UDC and are in compliance with all applicable rules and regulations.
Thank you. Do members have any questions with respect to this item? If there are no questions, I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The resolution is adopted. Next, we have item 23-UD-1999, and this is approving a grant via the Market New York program.
Thank you. The Urban Development Corporation is submitting for your approval the following Market New York grant. It's for $627,600 to the Utica Children's Museum, Market New York Capital in Oneida County. And this project has been approved by the UDC and is in compliance with all applicable rules and regulations.
Thank you. Do the members have any questions with respect to this item? If there are no questions, I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The resolution is adopted. Next, we have 23-UD-2000. This is approving grants via the Lake Ontario Resiliency and Economic Development Program.
Thank you. The Urban Development Corporation is submitting for your approval 8 Lake Ontario resiliency grants. The total is $1,225,797 for projects in both Jefferson and St. Lawrence counties. The individual grants do not exceed $200,000 in the project for 50% of the project costs. These items have previously been approved by the UDC and are in compliance with all applicable rules and regulations.
Thank you. The members have any questions with respect to this item? If there are no questions, I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The resolution is adopted. Next item we have is 23-UD-2001, and this is approving grants via the Empire State Economic Development Fund.
Thank you. The Urban Development Corporation is submitting for your approval the following EDF grants. $100,000 to NICE-Tech Smart Cities Innovation Partnership in Saratoga County, and $150,000 to Smart Cities Innovation Partnership, New Air Alga Bloom Monitoring and Treatment Capital in Onondaga County. Both of these projects have been approved by the UDC in compliance with all applicable rules and regulations.
Thank you. The members have any questions with respect to this item?
Question. Yeah, the second one, the algal bloom monitoring, I'm just curious, that sounds like it's intriguing since that's an issue in so many lakes in New York State. New Air, they're an independent company that's going to do the monitoring?
New Air, I believe, is a consortium of groups, academic and businesses related to
Water quality, you think?
no, I think this is related to
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
the
Oh, okay.
aerospace design
Oh,
through the
okay.
Mohawk Valley area.
Okay, yeah.
So,
We have an initiative similar to that on our end, but I'd be curious to know more about this, if maybe the office could send me a little info.
yeah,
Just
EDF
as,
grant.
Yeah, it'd be great to know more about that.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyone in particular? Sorry about that.
That's, no,
No problem.
Anyone in particular in your office?
You can just send it to my chief of staff, Allison Hunt.
You bet.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay. Are there any further questions? If there are no further questions, I'd like to ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The resolution is adopted.
Excellent.
And that's all for ESD.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Brad.
Yep.
All right, the next items on today's agenda come from the Dormitory Authority. These are bond issuances. The first item is 23-DA-1364, and this is approving bonds on behalf of the Greater Southern Tier Board of Education, BOCES. We have a representative from DASI with us today. I'd ask you to introduce yourself and please present the item.
Thank you and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matt Bergen, representing the Dormitory Authority of the State of New York. We have 2 resolutions before the Public Authorities Control Board today, and these financings were approved at DASNY's April 12th board meeting. The first resolution speaks to a financing on behalf of the Greater Southern Tier BOCES, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention their full legal name, which is the Greater Southern Tier Board of Education of the Board of Cooperative Educational Services, Sole Supervisory District, Schuyler, Steuben, Chemung, Tioga, and Allegheny counties of New York. However, it operates under the name of Greater Southern Tier BOCES. This financing will be an amount not to exceed $20 million with a term not to exceed 31 years. The purpose is for capital projects at each of the 3 Greater Southern Tier BOCES campuses. These security features will include annual rental payments, which are to be made pursuant to a lease agreement, excuse me, with the Greater Southern Tier BOCES, a direct intercept through the state comptroller of any aid due Greater Southern Tier BOCES for rental payments on the DASNY lease agreement, a pledge of public funds apportioned by the state due to the Greater Southern Tier BOCES in an amount sufficient to pay such rental payments. There will also be a debt service reserve fund equal to 1/2 of the maximum annual debt service. And we always look at bond insurance, and it may be considered depending on if it is available and economically efficient. And finally, the expected ratings are AA2 from Moody's. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Do members have any questions with respect to this item? If there are no questions, I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The resolution is adopted. Next, we have 23-DA-1365, and this is approving bonds on behalf of Columbia University.
Yes, thank you. As stated, this is a bond issue for Columbia University. The amount not to exceed will be $325 million. The term will not exceed 35 years. The purpose is to finance costs associated with various construction and renovation projects, including the new 34-story building to house graduate students and faculty members on the southwest corner of 125th Street and Broadway in Manhattan, as well as refinance taxable paper, which was issued by Columbia and the proceeds of which were used to redeem Columbia University's Series 2011 A bonds, which were issued by DASNY. The security features include a general obligation of the university, and the ratings of Columbia University are AAA from Moody's and AAA from S&P. Madam Chair.
Thank you. Do members have any questions with respect to this item? If there are no questions, I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The resolution is adopted.
Thank you.
Matt. The next items on today's agenda come from the Environmental Facilities Corporation. We have loans, and this is Resolution 23-EF-883. They are State Clean Water Revolving Fund and Direct Financing Projects. We have a member from, representative from EFC with us today. I'd ask you to introduce yourself and please present the items.
Thank you very much. Brian McAvoy from the Environmental Facilities Corporation. And on April 6, 2023, EFC's Board of Directors met and approved the following clean water revolving fund projects being presented to you this afternoon for review and approval. The first four are short-term interest-free financings. The first for the Village of Avon in Livingston County for the amount of $600,000 for the costs associated with the planning, design, and construction of disinfection improvements at the wastewater treatment plant. The second is for the town of Seneca Falls in Seneca County for the amount of $5,130,000 for costs associated with the planning, design, and construction of a new excess flow tank at the town's wastewater treatment plant. The third is for the Village of Sydney in Delaware County for the amount of $565,312 for costs associated with the planning, design, and construction of wastewater treatment facility upgrades. And the fourth is the City of Waterville in Albany County for the amount of $875,000 for costs associated with the planning, design, and construction of a combined sewer overflow elimination project. The next two are short-term market rates. Again, for this Village of Avon, it's the same project as described above, and this will have an initial interest rate not to exceed 6%. The second is for the City of Waterville, again for the same project I described earlier, and with an initial interest rate not to exceed 6%. The next group are long-term interest-free financings. The first is for the Village of Alden in Erie County for the amount of $4,961,891 for costs associated with the planning, design, and construction of sanitary sewer and wastewater treatment plant improvements. The next is for the town of Bethel in Sullivan County for the amount of $2,474,520 for costs associated with the planning, design, and construction of work to rehabilitate and replace portions of the sanitary sewer collection system serving the town of Quanananda Lake Sewer District. The Village of Corinth in Saratoga County for the amount of $12,423,597 for costs associated with the planning, design, and construction of wastewater treatment plant replacement and collection system rehabilitation. I'm here today to seek the Public Authority Control Board's approval for these financings.
Thank you. Do members have any questions with respect to these items? If there are no questions, I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The resolution is adopted. The next four items are amendments. First, we have 23-EF-707B, and this is amending Clean Water State Revolving Fund project for the Village of Red Hook.
Thank you. EFC seeks approval to amend Resolution Number 17-EF-707, which was previously approved by PACB on February 15th, 2017, in order to authorize a maturity extension to the Village of Red Hook in Dutchess County. This project consists of the design and construction of a new low-pressure sewer system and wastewater treatment plant upgrades.
Thank you. Do the members have any questions with respect to this item? If there are no questions, I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The resolution is adopted. Next, we have 23-EF-738B. This is amending a Clean Water State Revolving Fund financing for the Village of Waterville.
EFC seeks approval to amend Resolution Number 18-EF-738, which was previously approved by PACB on September 19th, 2018, in order to authorize a maturity extension to the Village of Waterville in Oneida County. This project consists of the planning, design, and construction of wastewater system improvements.
Thank you. Do the members have any questions with respect to this item? If there are no questions, I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The resolution is adopted. Next, we have 23-EF-745B. This is a Clean Water State Revolving Fund financing for the City of Binghamton, Village of Johnson City, as well as the Village of Tupper Lake.
EFC seeks approval to amend Resolution 18-EF-745, which was previously approved by PACB on September 19, 2018, in order to authorize a maturity extension to the City of Binghamton and the Village of Johnson City in Broome County, and a funding increase and maturity extension to the Village of Tupper Lake in Franklin County. The City of Binghamton and the Village of Johnson City project consists of the planning, design, and construction of restoration and rehabilitation to the Binghamton-Johnson City Joint Sewage Treatment Plant. The Village of Tupper Lake project consists of the planning, design, and construction of wastewater treatment plant and sanitary sewer improvements.
Thank you. Do the members have any questions with respect to this item? If there are no questions, I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The resolution is adopted. Next, we have item 23-EF-739A, and this is amending a drinking water state revolving fund financing for the Village of Oxford and Town of Roxbury.
EFC seeks approval to amend Resolution 18-EF-739, which was previously approved by PACB on June 20th, 2018, in order to authorize a maturity extension to the Village of Oxford in Shenango County and the Town of Roxbury in Delaware County. The Village of Oxford project consists of the replacement of a valve vault at the storage tank site and disconnection of an abandoned open reservoir from the water system, replacement of priority water distribution mains on several streets throughout the village, and replacement of the transmission main from the valve vault to the distribution system. The Town of Roxbury project consists of the installation of a new well, construction of a treatment facility for wells PW1, PW2, and PW3, construction of a treatment facility for Mountain Springs 1 and 2, and the installation of a looping main and the replacement of water main, hydrants, and valves.
Thank you. Do members have any questions with respect to this item? If there are no questions, I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second.
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The resolution is adopted. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much.
Okay. The last item on today's agenda comes from the Long Island Power Authority. It is a bond issuance. It is Resolution 23-LI-45. We have a representative from LIPA with us today. I'd ask that you introduce yourself and please present the item.
Thank you, Vinay Dayal, Director of Finance and Treasury at the Long Island Power Authority. Long Island Power Authority is seeking approval for the issuance of electric system general revenue bonds in a not-to-exceed amount of $1,450,000,000 to fund the costs of system improvements and other expenses, refund outstanding debt, and pay miscellaneous costs of issuance. No more than $650 million of that aggregate amount will be issued to fund new money capital expenditures. The LIPA board approved these items at their December 2022 board, and we seek your approval.
Thank you. The members have any questions with respect to this item?
And just one small question. LIPA has always been a wonderful authority who's been providing power to Long Island for a long time. Is there, in this particular financing, do you still see that costs for energy will be reliable and considered to be the lowest possible cost for the residents there?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the whole budget process, and so some of the clean energy projects are part of the program, the capital program.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if there are no further questions, I'd ask for a motion to adopt.
Move it.
Second?
Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. All in favor of adopting the resolution, please say aye.
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 Aye. The resolution is adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. This concludes the published items of business on today's agenda. Is there any further business that needs to be brought to the board's attention at this time?
May I ask a question? Thank you. First of all, this is my first meeting. I've never been to this meeting before, and clearly it looks like, we were just adopting a lot of financially related things. But I've had a lot of concerns brought to me about the Thruway Authority and the most recent project that appears to be way upside down when it comes to the rebuilding of the service areas. I respectfully ask, I don't know what the authority can do about it, but is there some way to bring, some kind of an action to ask for them to appear before this board to explain how this has so far behind schedule and so far underwater financially?
No, I do not believe this board has any oversight over the MTA.
This would be
Thruway.
Thruway Authority.
Pardon me.
Thruway Authority.
I heard MTA.
I know.
Thruway Authority.
Okay,
Yeah.
we get that.
Yeah. No.
There's no, obviously the authority system doesn't really have any oversight by the legislature. That's my concern. This is apparently the only oversight we have, this Public Authorities Control Board. So we're just more of a, for lack of a better term, we're just responding to their requests. We're not so much an oversight committee.
If I may,
Yeah.
there's about a dozen or so public authorities that are subject to PACB
Okay.
and statute. So those are the only public authorities that we could review their
Okay.
financial transactions.
And the Thruway Authority does not fall
And
under
the
that.
Thruway Authority doesn't fall
No.
under that.
So it's not all
No,
public
they're just
authority.
MTA.
Correct.
Great. All right, well, that's good to know. Well,
Right.
thank you very much for, appreciate the indulgence of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, if there is no further business to come before the board today, I'd like to note that the next regularly scheduled meeting of this board is scheduled for May 17th, 2023 at 2 p.m. in this room, Capitol Room 131. It is currently 2:25, and we are hereby adjourned. Thank you.